what's going on? Been a while. Had some personal stuff going on. It's been a long while since y'all heard from me. But we got Judy. We're bringing her home. I took her to a testing tune. I'll throw some videos in. But on the big end, she was cutting out. Okay, don't know what happened there, but anyway, on the big end, she was cutting out, laying over. Wasn't a fuel issue I had. I do have an AFR gauge hooked up. Everything looked at the data log. Couldn't see nothing. Could have been a timing issue. I messed up on the balancer and the march roll, so we couldn't tell. But gonna fix that. Trying to think of what I have it. It had a bad oil leak. The pan is it's one of those cheap Chinese chrome pans. I do have a wine 7-quart pan. I ordered it. It's at the house, and we're gonna be putting that on. I'll time lapse that probably, but also don't mind the headliner. It's rough and you know, balling on a budget, but yeah, we got some things we got to do. I only made 2 test passes at the testing tune, and then it started raining. Of course, my luck, but we're gonna try to get everything situated, try to go race. I really don't know when. Sometime soon, hopefully within the next month. But yeah, just getting everything ready, going over everything. Like I said, got Judy loaded up on the rollback. We got her out of storage. We have a storage area that we keep a lot of our projects and stuff. But yeah, we got her loaded up, bringing her home. I was gonna do it where we had the storage. I was gonna change the whole van. I did already put some spark plugs in it and figured out, you know, my dumb butt freaking been putting short reach plugs in a long reach plug head. So, and the plugs look awful. I hadn't changed them since I shaved the heads, which has been, Lord, I don't know, 6-7 months ago. But we got some racing plugs in it, got a little bit of a colder plug for when we spray it with nitrous. I did get the nitrous bottle mounted. I don't know if I showed y'all that. If I didn't, I'll throw a video of it in. I don't think I videoed me putting it in. It was kind of one of those late night decisions. I was like, hey, I literally done it the night before testing too. Was hoping to spray it, but I couldn't get it to run right. Naturally aspirated, so I didn't spray it. But it is running good. It's just on the big end, it was cutting out. It was like it was losing spark or something, you know. Something spark related, it's not fuel related. Fuel charts look good. They never got no higher than 13.3, which is what you want. It was, you know, instead of 12.7 range on the very big end at about 6,000, it was at like 13.2, 13.3, which is not bad. That's not bad at all. But yeah, I'll be. back. I've missed a lot. Basically, the oil pan was leaking so bad at the testing tune that they sent me off track. So I ordered an oil pan and pickup, put that on, went to the road, or to Mexico, you know, right out there, and tested it. Car ran the best it's ever ran. I don't know time-wise. I don't own a draggy, but car ran, I mean, it ran amazing. Got it all tuned in. It ran great. It ran 98 miles an hour before I cut it off before the 8th mile. I think I have a screenshot. If I do, I'll throw it in, of just like a GPS speedometer I downloaded on my phone. But I noticed the oil pressure started to slowly go down, and drove it around just a little bit just to see what it was doing, if it was the oil getting hot. The motor was not hot at all. The water temp, anyway, was not hot at all. I didn't know if the oil was just getting hot. Thought about having to run thicker oil in it. But the water temp was at like 160, 170. Like it don't get much. It don't get no cooler than that. I don't have a thermostat in it. And then the one fan and the water pump, it does great. So, did not know what was going on. And drove it around a little bit. And then it just dropped. And it was at like 5 pounds. And was very confused, because I knew I welded the pickup on and bolted it on, and knew the oil pump was good. Didn't know what was going on. Well, oil pump, I guess with these solid motor mounts, it shakes a lot, and it wiggled the oil pump bolt loose, causing the oil pump to come separated from where it mounts up. So it was still pumping, but it was just blowing it right back in the pan. So pulled the bolt out, pulled it in here, jacked it up, undid this, jacked it up, pulled the oil pan off and pulled the oil pump bolt out, put blue Loctite on it, put it back in there, torqued it back, and now I've got the pan up there. I've got some bolts in it, but I was just going to update y'all. I realized I hadn't videoed, so I started the video just to show y'all. And, yeah, I'm going to try to get this oil pump back on and put it all back together. I will try to sit y'all somewhere and time lapse, or I may just update y'all on what I'm doing. It's a lot of just annoying work, is really all it is. But I'll climb under there and get back to y'all. Alright, well, this is what we got. It's a wind 7-quart, and I thought, 7-quart, that'd be better. Yeah, well, it sucks to get it on. Probably one of the hardest things I've done to this car. But I got it on. I just got to get all those bolts in there. And this side, I've got a couple in there, but get those on there and tighten down. And then I just got to put the motor mounts bolts back in it. Obviously lower it and put the motor mount bolts in it. And then put the carburetor back on it, and she'll be back ready to go. So let me put these bolts in there, and I'll get right back to y'all. All right, now as y'all see, I got the cherry picker out of the way, got it sitting back in the motor mounts, got the oil filter on. I don't know if you can see it from here. We got the oil filter on, got the oil pan bolted up. All we gotta do is slap the carburetor on it and, hook up fuel line and junk. But other than that, putting the carburetor on it, I gotta jack it up, let it down, and pour oil in it, and we should be back to 50 pounds of oil pressure instead of 5. But I'm gonna put you on a time lapse over here, and I'll get back to it. as y'all just seen, I, put the carburetor on it, and I don't know, I think I just got off jack stands. But yeah, the carburetor's on it. I had to, and this is my wide open throttle switch. It is very rigged up, but they do not make a system for these. But as you can hear, it works. I basically just bent a piece of aluminum, drilled 2 holes for the bolts, stuck it on there where it lines up. If any Predator guys out there know where or know a different way to do that, then let me know. And that's definitely not the best way, but it is a way, for the nitrous. So maybe that's, right. And now we just got to pour oil in it and should be able to crank and see if I fixed the problem or made it worse or what the crap's going on. If she blows up, I may have a solution for it. But we'll talk about that here in a minute. But yeah, I'll pour some oil in this and y'all will see it running in the next clip. All right, we're gonna crank her up. Make sure she's got oil pressure. I'm pouring a little bit of gas on the top of the carb. Help it crank a little bit easier. But yeah, we're gonna get her crunk up. Let's just cross your fingers and hope it builds oil pressure. Make sure we ain't squirting gas everywhere. Now she's got oil pressure, we're gonna check the oil again and make sure that is full. And when we do that, then she should be good to go. Yeah, so about the update, or the little sneak peek, not the update, but the sneak peek I gave y'all. That is not a small block Chevrolet crank. We got a new build coming. I have already made some purchases. And I'm actually going to break it down for y'all. I should have updated y'all, or I should have been filming this whole time, but I didn't. So I paid $100 for this 4.8. Was a 4.8. And it was stuck. And the boy didn't know nothing. But anyway, it was stuck motor. I told him I'd give him $100 for it, Well, I get it home. Of course, full of water, been sitting outside. Rusted cylinder. But it didn't look that bad. Could still see the cross hatches in the rest of the cylinders. It was just 1 or 2 cylinders that had a little bit of rust, keeping it from wanting to rotate. Well, I took an SOS pad and I rolled it back where, I could get to the rust, clean them, and started spinning over. So I stripped it apart and cleaned it about as thorough as I could. I mean, it had rust. I'll throw some pictures in if I have any. But, it just had rust everywhere. It was awful. Worst I've ever seen. And then the crank had a bunch of rust on it, and I wanted to stick with a high revving 4.8, and I wasn't even gonna put it in this car. I was actually gonna put it in a C10, a 72 C10. But
I decided against that. You know, I might stick that 400 in a C10, but got looking on Marketplace. Dude had this crank and a camshaft, a stock cam on there for $200, $100 a piece. I just told him I wanted the crank, got the crank. You know, I mean, it's actually, I mean, it needs cleaned, but like $100, 5.3 Gen 4 crank. Yes, this is a Gen 3 block, but they will work. But Gen 4 crank, $100. Went and got it. Met him down the road, and he said, "Yeah, you know, man, I actually have a set of $7.99 heads that came off of that motor." And I said, "Well, what did you take for them?" And he said, "I don't know, make me an offer." So I went and got them for another $100. So in $200, I have a Gen 4 5.3 crank, and I have $7.99 heads. The $7.99 heads, I literally have sprayed them off with a water hose. This is how clean they are. Yes, I took the valves out and everything, and I've just stuck them up here so they don't fall out. But, I mean, I got the heads, the rocker arms, the valve springs, you know, it was a complete heads. Even got the push rods with it. And I actually took them to my buddy's house to take these off, just to hang out, you know, do something. And we took the valve springs off and took all the valves out of them and marked them and stuck them back in. And he had this Holley intake. And this is not your normal carburetor intake. This is a really thick, really good made intake. And he said he would take $350 for them. Well, I ended up paying $350 for that. And I've got a 5.3. I just need rods and pistons. And I actually just talked to a dude on Marketplace today and going to pick up a set Monday. Today is Wednesday, I believe. And couldn't make it this weekend. So I'm going over there Monday to buy a set of rods and pistons for $100. Gen 4 rods and pistons. And we're just going to build a little nitrous motor. The bearings looked all good. This was the only bearing that was eat up in the whole thing. And I don't know what happened. I don't know if it over-torqued, what. But this is the only bearing that was eat up. All the cam bearings look good. Everything else looks really good. I'm going to hone it, throw some new bearings in it, and some rings on the pistons I'm going to get. Obviously going to put valve springs and a cam in it. I don't know if I'm going to put a fogger kit, because I think that's what these are drilled for, is a fogger. I don't think I'm going to do that. I think I'm just going to put a plate up there, because I already have the plate. And I'm going to put it together. Probably put it in Judy. Might switch to a power glide. I don't have a clue, actually. This has literally came up in the last week. Like, I done all this in a week. And wasn't even trying to. Just sent it on Marketplace. Offered him $150. Got there, it was stuck. Got it for $100. And it was a complete motor. I've got all the accessories with it, everything. So we're going to put it together and just see what it does. I mean, I don't have a clue. I might put it in Judy. Ow, sorry. I may not. And if I do, it may stay nitrous. It may go turbos. I may find a Pro Charger kit for it. I don't have a clue. This was kind of just for fun. I mean, it's super cheap. This is not, I mean, $7.99 for $100 this clean. I don't know how I came across the deal. I guess just, the dude didn't even have them posted. So, got a good deal for them. And we should be good. I mean, you know, reseal kit, bearings, cam kit, all that. Oil pan to fit in the car. And, like, this is a running motor. 60-14 box. Running motor. Probably spray 250 through it. And it'll probably eat it up. It'll probably love it. So, that's my plans with this. Just a little update for y'all. This is probably going to be the end of the video.